Hey students, happy Saturday. If you're like me, it's kind of crazy. I've just mopped the whole floor, let the dogs in, and now I need to mop it again. That's kind of what life seems to be like sometimes. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of heads up on Project One and what you need to do for that. So it's basically in 2 steps over the next 2 weeks. This week, you guys are going to work as a team on the discussion board, creating your questionnaire. That's what the discussion guide is. The discussion guide is just a fancy name for a set of questions. So you're going to be creating questions. Just like this group, Project One, this group did Coleman last year, and they did an excellent job, start to finish, on every project. So this is the appendix that they did. All they did, the first part they talked about the consumer. So you can see they ask questions about the outdoors and what they do and how often they do it, that type of thing. And this questionnaire will appear as an appendix in Project One, which is due on Saturday the 17th. So this week you're doing the questions. Next week you guys are going to each do 5 interviews each based on the questions that you created. If you have a group of 5, that'll mean that you have 25 interviews that you can extrapolate from for your Project One. So like I said, here's their Coleman's appendix. It shows the questions that they have. They have some demographic questions after their initial screening questions. And then they attached on the interviews all of their interviews, basically, on the appendix. So that's what you're going to be doing later for Project One. On Project One, like this is their Project One, of course this is the appendix. I want to zoom up to, and again this isn't due until the 17th, but you can see at the very top they do an executive summary. Now the executive summary isn't a summary like in speech of what you're going to present later in the presentation. It's not that. What it is just an executive summary of what your group found through its interview questions about your brand. Like, this is what our consumers think about it. This is what they think are the weaknesses of it. This is what the opportunities are that we're going to be pursuing because we found out about this in our interviews. So that's what your executive summary is. And then after that, just follow the grading rubric. I follow on project grading the rubric, start to finish. So if you miss a section, if it says, for example, let's go down here, to do comparative attributes and break down price and accessibility and they did their own attributes. But if you're missing that section, you're going to get a 0 for that section. It might be worth 10 points. So that's what's going to hurt you. I also like it. You can do whatever you can, but when they talked about the physiological and psychological needs, Maslow's hierarchy, they did the little triangle. Any kind of graphics makes it stand out a little bit. They just did a really good job on this presentation, but not because it's necessarily the best written one, but they just followed the grading rubric and they made sure that they had everything that the grading rubric asked for, a SWOT analysis, that type of thing. So it's not that hard, it's just a lot of work to get put together. So you don't want to wait until next week to start doing your interviews. You might want to get your discussion board, get that finalized out, and then do your 5 interviews by Monday or Tuesday of next week so that you can put your project together by Saturday the 17th. I hope that takes care of any questions you've got. You can always reach out to me, text or email at any time. Hopefully I get back to you in time that it's efficient for you, and if you have any problems with anything, let me know. We've got that same issue that we had last week with the discussion board this week though. You've got to make sure that you get your initial post for the discussion board in by Wednesday. Even though the whole project part isn't due until Saturday, the Wednesday initial posts are required because they want you to be able to talk about it as a group on the discussion board. So try to get those in by Wednesday even though it's not completely due until Saturday. If you have any questions or anything, let me know. But have a great week. Good luck with everything. Reach out if you need anything.